Hello and welcome to the stream. I am playing Kerbal Space Program. I am playing specifically brand new career mode of Kerbal Space Program. So I'm doing Kerbal Career Program, I guess. And This is a stock game, other than I installed some of the very common important mods, mainly Kerbal Engineer. That one is super important. It's stuff that should be in the game anyway. Things like delta V calculations, stuff like that. At least estimated delta V, things that you really need to have in the game to play. But for whatever reason, it's not. Otherwise, you have to just guess a lot, and that's no fun. So I am going to start the game. I already set it up real quick. This is on regular difficulty level, so standard reentry heating, standard gravity, all that stuff. I don't know what else they change on it. But this is a career mode, which is a little bit harder than the old career mode, which is which they call science mode now, because you have to balance both research by getting science points and doing actually balancing money. So I've got 0 science point, 25,000 Kerbal bucks, or whatever they call them. Looks like the camera needs to be adjusted slightly. That's a little better. So yeah, first thing we do is go into mission control. There are 4 missions available. These are always the stock 4 missions. To start with, we're going to start with launch our first vessel and gather scientific data from Kerbin, because we could do both of those in one trip. So we have very limited resources as it stands. We've got we can get the Onion reentry module or the Mark 1 command pod. The Onion is the Vostok equivalent, and the Mark 1 command pod is the Mercury equivalent. We're going to use the Mark 1 command pod because it has both batteries and reaction wheels. We're going to take out the monopropellant because we don't have any RCS thrusters, and that'll save us a little weight. We'll get a little higher. The other thing we're going to add on to it is a solid fuel booster, specifically the Flea. I've done this beginning of a career mode so many times, so it's immediately know exactly what to do. So 4 fins, and then we need to get to the science. These are from Kerbal Engineer. We won't be using these. They're completely unnecessary for this mission. And then we will have 2 of these guys here, and actually a third one. I don't think I'll have the opportunity to land, to reset and get anything else. So I just I'm gonna have a third one anyway, though, just in case. And then a parachute. That's it. So we gotta stage it. We gotta make sure the staging is correct. Make sure the parachute is on the top stage. There's not much else we can do with this, other than make sure the minimum pressure is 75, and then adjust these because they're wrong. Not that it really matters. This has no separation, all that stuff. The advantage of the the Onion reentry module is that it does have a separator built into it, but it has no RCS, or excuse me, not RCS. It has no, well, it has no monopropellant. It also has no control wheels, which is a big problem at this level because we can't add them on. So it's a little lighter. It's also like slightly lighter. It's 0.77 tons. The Mark 1 command pod is 0.84, but that really doesn't make a huge difference. So let's see. That looks good. There's not much else we can do. Call this Alpha 1, because this is the first flight. And there's not much we can do. What I can do is do a little bit of science stuff on the ground first. So we want to take a crew report from the launch pad. Every biome is considered or every part of the KSC, the Kerbal Space Center, is considered a new biome. So pilot Jeb's going to get out. He is going to take the crew report because there's a goofy thing where you can do the crew report and then get out, and if you get out and restore it, it treats it as a separate crew report, which means I can do the crew report again when we're flying. So we're going to put that on here. We're going to have one of these also pinned just so we get where we want to be. All right, and SAS, for what it's worth, not that I really have much choice, I'm literally going one place. I can technically, if I do this right, I can hopefully make it out over the water for splashdown on the water. That will give me some extra science. So let's give it a shot. Oh, there we go. Crew report. That's the reason I use this instead of the P or the onion reentry module, because it makes a much more it makes it easier to control the rocket, such as it is. And now we're going to speed up physics time warp or physical time warp. Deploy the chute, or arm the chute. Should deploy itself when it gets about 1,000 meters. And then we'll land. Or splash down, I should say. And then I'm going to do one more thing, which is I'm going to test this goo container and do an EVA. I should have done an EVA report when I was on the launch pad. I completely spaced on that. But I'll get that on the next one, because I always, you want to do an EVA report on the launch pad the first time when you're getting the first stuff. So, observe mystery goo. Got it. We're going to EVA. We're going to EVA report. We are going to take data, board, do one more crew report, splash down, and then we will recover the vessel. We're going to get most of our money back for the vessel, other than the cost of fuel and a few other things. We are close. What do we get? Let's see. We have 41 science, which is helpful. 97.5% value of the parts. So that's pretty good. So we earned about 110,000 Kerbal bucks for doing that. So let's see. Test decoupler landed at Kerbin. That's going to be useful because we can land it at Kerbin. That's fine too. So yeah, it's nice, especially in the career mode, to do things that ask you to test things, both because you can use those parts, although in this case I'm not going to, and also because then you can oh, you know what, I shouldn't have done the swivel one because I don't have a fuel tank. Well, no, I can unlock the I guess no, I'm landed. I don't even have to have that. I just have to do it while it's test it. So the two missions I have are to test the decoupler landed at Kerbin. Decoupler, cool. And then focus Alpha 2. And this will also give me the chance to technically I can test the swivel engine as well. I'm not actually going to launch. I'm just going to decouple, and then I'll recover all the parts. So I can do the swivel test on the ground. Let's see. Yeah. So this one's a goofy looking rocket, but we're going for career mode, not for things that make sense. Hopefully when I get more of the tech tree and I get a little more money, then we can make nicer rockets. So first thing I got to do is do an EVA report. All right, now I reboard. I don't think I can get anything more from a crew report. Now there's no more science value for that. Makes sense. Now we can run the test. I think that achieved my goal. Yeah. All right, and then I'm going to test the decoupler. And that also achieved the goal. And then I will recover the vessel. And I recovered everything that could be recovered from this. Iron 2.4 science if we're doing the EVA thing. Jeb is fine. And I'm going to recover this debris as well. All right. Now, mission control. Orbital observational surveys. All right, so we're going to take the orbit and escape the atmosphere. Escape the atmosphere is pretty easy. Orbit is a little bit harder. So we need engineering. Yeah, we want this because it gives us access to the decoupler and the thermometer. That's really helpful. Also basic rocketry because that will give us access to liquid fuel engines. Then survivability. Once we've got 35 left. That's very important because that gives us the... I can't do basic science. I can't do flight control, but I can do... yeah, I don't care about general rocketry yet. I can do stability, though. That's going to be important. Decoupling stuff. So, yeah, that's good. And, yeah, so that's made the best use of our science. Now, we have to escape the atmosphere. This one, I think I can use the... I can use the pea or the onion. God, I keep calling it the pea. And it actually has its own decoupler. I don't need a decoupler. The swivel engine will give me enough gimbal control that I will actually be able to fly it without. I don't need the reaction wheel stuff. And then radial decoupler here. I'm going to do some hammer solid fuel boosters. Did I get aerodynamic nose cone? Yeah, okay. Not that that's super important. I actually have a part limit right now at 15 or 30 because my buildings are not very well upgraded, but I'm still within the mass and... Okay, so I'm still looking good there. I actually have 3,000 meters per second of delta V, which should technically be enough to escape the atmosphere. I don't know if that will actually happen. Where am I doing for parts? I'm plenty of parts, and I'm even okay on weight. So I'm going to add 3235. Probably will do it. That's atmospheric delta V. I'm actually hopeful on that one. I want to use these wings, though, for stability. And then... place that wrong. All right. And then just have those down as low as possible on this basic. It looks like a dong, to be honest. It's pretty phallic, if we're being completely honest. But I think we can... I think we make this work. Yeah, that looks really phallic, actually. But we're going to launch. Except, I forgot to put science stuff on it, and we want to do that. So we're going to revert to the vehicle assembly building. And the science stuff... I also forgot to put a parachute, which is a even bigger problem. Look at how much difference that makes in delta V. Like, the parachute's not even that heavy. This thing is just like crazy. Yeah, it's just like there's not that much delta V to begin with. Thrust to weight ratio is ridiculous. So I'll actually be running the probably run the engines pretty low. And then science. How are we doing on parts? Nope. Still good on parts and weight. So a couple of goo containers. Still good on weight. And then a thermometer. I actually want to have these goo containers up here. It's still not thankfully it's not blocking the hatch according to this. I think technically it is, but it doesn't matter. Thermometer and that. So that's still in the parts, and I'm also going to put a flight computer on, like somewhere around here. This is the Kerbal Engineering flight computer. It'll actually make it really helpful. Okay, see, now look at how much delta V we lost just doing that. I can do one more. Thrust to rate ratio is fine, so I can do one more fuel tank. And actually, if I reduce that one more, I can do another fuel tank. Because we've already got... we're going to get upper atmosphere at hopefully an orbit on those science things. And that... oof. You know what? The only thing that's going to stink about this is I can't recover... So I can't EVA. But I should have enough money to upgrade the astronaut complex, then I can go EVA. Because that will be really helpful. Astronaut complex, 75. Yeah, okay. Good enough to upgrade the astronaut complex. That will let me go EVA when I'm in space, and I can reset those. I can collect that data. That's going to be important. So, and I'll also want to test this stuff at Launchpad, but I'll do that on a separate go. Vostok? Is that how they spelled it? It looks nothing like the Vostok, other than having that that thing on the front. But it may be, hopefully, our first orbital flight. The Vostok was launched on a K-7 ballistic missile, which is also the basis of the Soyuz thing. So it's got the 4 fuel tanks and stuff like that. It's really cool looking. And I'll probably do some Soyuz style stuff because it's actually a very good design. So, and let's see, we are ready. I think we're good to launch. Okay. I am not, let's see. I'm not going to do the science stuff now because there's the chance that I will not be able to collect it in flight. So let's see. SAS. I actually don't need my throttle up that high. We're going to throttle it pretty low and launch. Let me make sure my staging is good. Detach that and then that. Yeah, those can be on the same time. Yeah. The only thing I need to do is adjust the pressure to and altitude to like 2,000. As much as I hate waiting for it to land, I've learned that if you don't set it high enough, you will crash into a mountain. There we go. We are ready. Oh no. Okay, well, that was an utter failure. I was kind of hoping to do for the career program because I would have these fun little absolute failures. So that was an early test flight failure. I won't be recovering any of the value of that stuff. Thankfully, it was pretty cheap. He's fine. I guess we can test. We can log data while he's in flight. Let's see. Is there a mystery goo? Got something out of the mystery goo. Crew report. I don't think I'm going to get anything crew report. Okay, well, that was a mistake. So, bit of a problem there. I hit everything or didn't have enough control when I was flying, because the gimbal of the rocket, the speed of the rocket was not high enough. Or the let's see, I should say the speed or the thrust from the swivel engine was not enough to make this actually controlled. And now we'd have to wait a while as it slowly sinks back down. Oh well. So that's a good reminder to myself. I haven't done one of these before, and I have not used the Onion reentry module, which I think may have been part of my mistake, because this thing is way less. Well, because it doesn't have the control wheels. All right. EVA report. Is there anything? Oh, curve and shores. All right, cool. And then take data. Take data. Board. And then I should be able to log temperature again. Yes. And log pressure data. And maybe even get a crew report. EVA. Take data. Crew report. Curb and shores. Well, that could have been a lot worse. I mean, I didn't get what I wanted, but I did get some science out of it. So we'll recover the vessel. Hey, Derek, you just missed a huge explosion. Not an explosion, a complete failure of my rocket to go where I wanted it to. Let's see. So I recovered part of it. That could have been a lot worse. Yeah, you missed the explosion of my my weird penis-shaped rocket. So let's see. I can just get rid of these. My thrust to weight ratio is still good. Actually, what I could do is make this well, this could be single stage to orbit. I've got the thrust to weight ratio for it. So let's see if I can. I'm still within the parts. Oh yeah, still got plenty of parts. So this has a swivel on it. The thrust to weight ratio is still pretty good. I just at sea level, I want my thrust to weight ratio to be like 1.2, and I can still do that. So let's see. 1.35. I still got exactly the right number of parts, because I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need a decoupler, heat shield, or anything like that. So 3,000 meters per second might be enough to make it into orbit. It's definitely enough to escape the atmosphere. So hopefully that's gonna, let's see, Vostok 2. Again, not actually the Vostok. It looks a lot less dong-like than it did before, I guess, but we'll have to live with that. But I think the gimbaling on this engine should be enough on its own to control it as we fly. So, fingers crossed. Looks good so far. I have not veered horribly off control. Good old Jeb is keeping the nav ball pretty much exactly where we want it, because he's a pilot of some renown. And we're going to start a gravity turn. Ooh, this is a lot harder with just gimbaling. And this wobbly, because I don't have any way to strut any sort of auto strut. You missed the crash and burn, Derek. I'm sorry. Look how wobbly this thing is. There's no way to make it. There's no way for there are structural integrity parts, but I can't get them yet. I don't have the. I don't have the science. No. Duh. What's happening? Why did you suddenly go out of control? I know why you went out of control. Because your weight got weird. I could have set the fuel priority better. We're definitely not making it into orbit. We might make it into space. don't think I'm gonna... Oh, no, I can't control you. Why won't you do what I want? I'm just gonna spin around. Thrusting in the right direction when I get there. I think I'm going to switch back to the Mercury capsule. Whatever I save in weight and parts count by using the P capsule, really miss that the attitude control that I can get from a Mercury capsule. The Mark 1. This is ridiculous. Why won't you go the direction I want you to? So many other campaigns have become a tale of new group of supervillains, not murder hobos, that would take over the world sort of type of scheming. So your D&D camp, your D&D campaign has gotten completely out of your control. I mean, like more so than a normal D&D campaign gets out of the DM's control. That's, I mean, I'd like to say I feel sorry for you, but I don't. You got to destroy them, crush them, break their spirits. That's the way you really run a D&D campaign. Just break your players. All right, well, I'm just going to turn off SAS because I can't actually do anything. By the way, this is pretty much exactly what the Vostok astronauts had to go through. Oh, I did make it upper atmosphere. Awesome. Log pressure data. Crew report. I am not even going to try to... Oh, come on. Quit spinning. There we go. I got some upper atmosphere stuff. This is exactly what the poor bastards flying in the Vostok spacecraft, Yuri Gagarin, had to deal with, like, just coming in, tumbling like weebles. They had no attitude control whatsoever. They had no way of keeping it oriented the way they wanted to. And in fact, it didn't have a parachute. Like, this has a parachute, but the actual original Vostok plan was they just used an ejector seat and shot out of the thing as it was plummeting to Earth, and then it crashed, like it does apparently. Like they didn't bother with recovering the spacecraft, at least not like we recovered spacecraft. The American program did. So I didn't get what I wanted again. The next one is definitely going to be the Mercury capsule, the Mark 1, just so I can have some better attitude control. I will save a little weight by taking out the... I only have to add one part, and I can save a little weight by removing the monopropellant, so that'll be okay. I probably could have taken off the ablator on this one, too, since I... Well, I didn't know that I wasn't going to make it out of the atmosphere, to be fair. I was going to try. Let's see if I can just land this bastard. Still get a little science out of there. Oh, I didn't get temperature over the oceans. So... How high up am I? I can EVA. Take data. Take data. Take data. EVA report. We're flying over Kerbin's water. Board. Crew report. Log pressure data. Oh, no. It doesn't get for flying at Kerbin. Or... I get temperature for flying over Kerbin's water. That's interesting. All right. So now I can land and... or splash down. The opposite of the Russians or the Soviets. They did everything on land, so they still do. The Soyuz still lands on the ground, which is a little bit rougher but not too bad. Kerbin's water, awesome. Take the pressure, take data, take data, take data, board, and I can log temperature. All right, recover the vessel. That was an abysmal failure, but I got some science out of it. So that's not nothing. Actually, I got 54.7 science, and I have enough funds to do my next thing. But since I have some R&D stuff, I can do basic science. I gain an antenna. Yeah, I want that. And then the general rocketry, just for that extra fuel tank. Flight control, I do not have enough for flight control, aviation, general construction, advanced rocketry, any of that stuff. I want to prioritize electrics again, probe core, that gives me a thing. Space exploration, and yeah, I also want to get space exploration because then I can drive around the Kerbal Space Center and get into trouble there. All right, so let's see. We're going back to the yeah, so we're going to do a whole new rocket again. This is going to be based on the Mercury capsule again, because that's much more helpful. All right, so got that. I'm going to need, let's see, coupling. Do that. Don't need comms. I don't need electrical. I don't need thermal. Don't need landing. I might need aerodynamics. I have the Science Junior unit, so I'm going to take that. And actually, the Science Storage unit. No, I don't need to do the Science Storage unit. I can just get out and get what I need. So, do this the cheap way. So we want the mystery goo. We do want 2 mystery goo on here. And we want to go ahead and take the barometer, one of the barometers. Nope. Got symmetry on. One of the barometers, one of these guys. The Science Junior we'll haul up there, but we're not going to bring back. I will just steal the data out of it. And then, so, fuel tank. How are we doing in parts? We're right there. Engines. Reliant. Still makes an excellent upper stage. I think I've got, if I do this right, I can afford an upper stage, which actually be really helpful for trying to circularize. I can get away with a lot fewer parts by using the bigger. My thrust to weight ratio, still good. Not quite the level of delta V I want, though. 1.4, 2,382. It's still not going to be enough. Let's see, how am I doing on parts and weight? Still good on parts. Okay, I can afford to add some more tanks. 2,700 meters per second, 1.18 thrust to weight ratio at takeoff. That's okay, but not great. How am I doing parts? All right, so I am going to add a couple of the small solid fuel boosters. The fleas. Because this is literally just going to help me get off of off the ground. I got enough for 4 more parts, so I can add a set of fins, which will be helpful. So I need 4 fins. Does that look right? That looks pretty good. So I got basic fins. I got these. Thrust to weight ratio will be good once it deploys. I've got 2,871 meters per second. And I can still add 2 more parts, which means 2 more fuel tanks. Thrust to weight ratio still well, not great, honestly. But it'll be okay pretty quick. 3,100 meters per second of delta V. I think that's good. We're going to give this a try. This is Hermes 1. So let's see. We got that. Nope, we want to do this. These 2 together. That's still good thrust weight ratio. And then that. And then I want to stage the parachute separately. And then set the parachute to minimum pressure and 2,000 meters. Okay, that looks good. We're still going to use Jeb on this because we still don't have any automated flight control or SAS control other than pilots. So, yeah, we got to use poor Jeb. Actually, I guess I could send Valentina up on this one. Might as well. She could get some flight hours. She's one of the Fab 4. All right, Hermes 1 is ready to launch. Oh, it's too heavy. Oh, I thought it was good. All right. I can fix this with how far am I off? 19 point oof. $18.67. Yeah, so the amount of fuel I'd have to reduce to make it go isn't worth it. So it looks like we won't make it to, well, let's see. Yeah, it looks like we won't make it to full orbit, but I can get out of the atmosphere. I'm convinced with this this setup I should be able to get out of the atmosphere. So that'll be good. And I've got enough wheel authority. Oh, monopropellant. Get rid of that. How much did that save me? Yeah, not enough to make a difference, so I can't put enough fuel tanks in there. All right. Or wait, what is the... That mass limit is the launch pad. I can upgrade the launch pad. I think I have enough money to upgrade the launch pad. Yeah, okay, cool. So I can't afford to upgrade the vehicle assembly building, which is what's limiting the number of items I can have, but I can upgrade the mass, the maximum mass. So now I can get back to, yeah, 3129. Hopefully that's enough. We'll see. Should be okay. Thrust to weight ratio on that is really good. 732 meters per second at delta V. That's atmospheric. Yeah. I think it'll work. I think I'll actually be able to launch this. All right, Valentina, strap in. You know what? We'll do a quick save. Just in case we have any game-breaking bugs. Got our nice new launch pad that still looks terrible. And throttle, actually throttled at 1/3 on this one, I think, because my thrust to weight ratio is already ridiculously high. And the yeah, all right, so we're clear of the pad. Hopefully those buggers don't damage the launch pad when they hit the ground. Yep, they did. I'm going to revert the flight to launch because I should have done a slightly different profile when I took off, namely getting these clear of the launch pad. So I'm going to actually go ahead and go a little bit, thrust a little bit further. I'm going to carry these with me a little bit longer just so I can clear the launch pad. Hopefully that's enough. Well, I'm concerned that might not be. Gravity turn is dicey at best because I cannot keep this thing from wobbling to it. Okay, I heard 2 explosions, but not 3 explosions. The 3rd explosion would be the launch pad blowing up because the amount of damage the launch pad can take is really small, and I really don't want to pay to repair it. I wish I had Kerbal Engineer going apoapsis 19,000, 20,000. I'm trying to get out of the atmosphere here. Apoapsis 33, 35,000. I wish I could see how much fuel I had. Can I make it to... I just want to make it to 70,000 on my first stage. Yes. Holy crap, I made it to 77,000 on my first stage. I don't have a lot of Delta V left, but... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can you hold this attitude, please? Thank you. I've got the Kerbin's upper atmosphere. Science. Try and stay. So my thrust weight ratio will be better once I stage, and I'll have less delta V, but my thrust weight ratio will be better. I think I might actually be able to achieve orbit here. I'm just going to keep it on prograde. Exit atmosphere in 14 seconds. I also have better burn time installed, I think. But most of that doesn't actually kick in without patch conics, so... I've achieved I've exited the atmosphere, though. Yep, I got the milestone. How far am I from apoapsis? All right, I'm at 70. All right, so I'm going to start burning at prograde. And I hope this works. A little bit, actually, a little bit this way. I'm too far from apoapsis. Burn prograde. I'm using my apoapsis too much. Stage. Stage. Holy crap, I achieved orbit. All right. Haha. Can I deorbit? Yeah, okay. My periapsis is... Yeah. All right, so I need to get to apoapsis and burn retrograde and bring myself in. But first thing, I will crew report. Crew report. In space. I will get one of these, mystery goo. The pressure data should be 0. Temperature. I will EVA. EVA report. Got it. Take data. Take data. Take data. Be bored. Now I'm ready for a crew report. Okay. I'm going to warp to apoapsis, and hopefully I should have enough. Yeah, I should have enough delta V to bring my periapsis down. I just have to get it within the atmosphere, which is 70 kilometers. You know what? We'll complete one orbit. We'll do one full orbit. Because that's, you know, that's more fun. I think I get... Yeah, I don't think I get anything... Yeah, for not being near in space. So we'll warp around. And what really we'll want to do is get to Minimus so we can get the really good science shit. But that's gonna be a hot second until I can get a little bit better gear. Minimus is the ideal early game science place because it's easy to get to, and it doesn't require much. It's really easy to land on and get back from too. So, and then we're gonna burn a retrograde, excuse me, at apoapsis and watch my periapsis. Oh yeah, okay, so we're fine. Periapsis is down. So I'm actually gonna try and splash down. Why is my trajectories not on? Does it not show up with patch without conics? I do have trajectories installed. At least I thought I did. Maybe I don't. I'm gonna have to reinstall it. Oh, I have to. Shit. I have to EVA. Collect the data. Oh, you know what? I did it when I was. I forgot I'm not a scientist. I couldn't do it when I was in space. All right. Well, I'll just have to do another science junior unit. Now that we've got all the tools to get into orbit, it's not nearly as big a deal. So I will stage. And then we have an awesome little time landing. Oh, God. It's hard. Oh, SAS is off. That's why I'm having so much trouble. All right. We shouldn't have too much trouble getting into the right orientation. Unlike even with SAS off, unlike the Onion Vostok capsule, because of the shape of this and this actually has a blunt body aerodynamics lift, so even without the SAS turned on, this should orient itself properly all the way down. We're entering a spin just to dissipate heat. From all my science equipment. Hopefully I can recover those. Oh, nope. We lost him. Lost the mystery goo, too. Nope, we haven't lost the mystery goo yet. That's okay. What did we lose? Lost one mystery goo? I can live with that. We're going to set the altitude low on this one because we're coming in over the water, so it should not matter. Oh boy. What's going on here? Weird angle. Okay. There we go. Valentina has successfully returned from space. Space. Get nothing for being there. Alright. Recover vessel. Should have got plenty of money and science. Both money for doing world first and milestone and for completing the contract. So earned 75.5 science. Only got 1,000 funds back, but we got plenty of funds from that. And Valentina is moved to level 2, which means she can point at retrograde and prograde, which is nice. Let's see. Explore the Mun. Exceptional prestige. Get a scientific data from the Mun. Okay, so what? Fly by the Mun. From the Mun. Yeah, so I just have to do a flyby. This one's actually pretty easy. Let's see. Not gonna do tourists. That one's never gonna go away. Well, it expires, but Hull test roadmate Model S2. That one I can do. So I'm gonna select that one because I can get that one real fast. So let's see. Space. Oof. From my nose. And we'll do a fuel tank. So this is just the roadmate test bed, so I'm not even gonna bother. Oh, actually, what I should do is take this opportunity while I'm testing the roadmate and use this to go ahead and take a little spin on the KSC. So put one of these bad boys on there. One of these on. Just makes it easier to collect things. Have that. Actually, I can put that like here, or no, what I want to do is put these on here after I rotate the command pod, so it's easy, so it's facing down. One of you, and actually I'll just put these right on top. One of you and one of you, and we'll get you right on the top here. I'm gonna have a scientist on. Actually, I'll put these on the side where they're easy to reach. Put two of them on the side because I have a scientist on board who will help reset things because I don't actually have to fly anywhere. I don't need coupling. I don't need that. What I do need is electric. Yeah, so I got plenty of batteries, or I can put batteries on here. So this roving should last a little bit. And then I put these bad boys on. Offset this one down. Offset this one down and in a little bit. There we go. Turn off steering on these. And yeah, that's a dumb looking thing. But with a scientist on board, we can actually do some, put Bob on board. We can do some pretty fun little science experiments. So I can run the test and tool around the KSC doing a very boring but very important science upgrade thing. Can't use SAS. All right, but these are working. So yeah, so I'm already have observed materials bay, observed mystery goo. I'm not going to get a ton of science, but I'm getting to. Oh wait, I'm using science here and now. Temperature scan. And then mystery goo. All right, now I'm going to set the parking brake. And then EVA, well, it did a crew report. Oh, obstructed hatches, what? That doesn't make sense. Well, I haven't recovered the vessel yet, or I haven't actually run the test yet, so I can recover the vessel. We can redo that. I won't lose the parts. Well, I have enough science that I can actually just, use the parts. So what does it think is blocking the hatch? Is it these? I'm going to attach them here and then put them down. And in a bit. And then forward, but that shouldn't block the hatch. Let's try this again. What was that? Did something happen? Did I get a live notification? What's going on here? That was weird. I heard like a material study. Can still get some more from the mystery goo, huh? All right. All hatches are obstructed. Does that just mean this is facing down? All right. Well, crap. I guess we just turn it around? Turn it over? I don't know. Really just need to rotate this down and then rotate this back over. And yeah, there we go. Still got my little science cart. I guess it'll EVA from the top, so it doesn't really matter as long as he can reach it. It doesn't matter where he goes. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if the hatch is abducted or obstructed. Okay, can I EVA? Yes, okay. Oh, something to do with the cart or something? I don't know. So I have this fuel tank in the back. The fuel tank does absolutely nothing other than provide ballast, basically. This is just a counterweight, so I don't crash. Oh, it's the science thing. That's what's making that noise. Material study. I mean, yeah, like I can get pretty decent amount of science. And then I can still do another mystery goo. Oh no, so I'm gonna collect all. And then EVA. And then reset this. Restore. Then EVA report. And board. Awesome. So now we can move on. So that's Kerbal Shores. We want to get to every little building on the KSC. This is really silly and kind of ridiculous that we can do this, but especially early in the game, all this science counts. Eventually, once we have the science lab, which is by far the easiest way to achieve science or to use science data, we will be generating tons and tons of science. And actually, my the real killer science mission will be to put a science lab on Minimus. because we get our get pretty good science modifier, and it will be I can just let it sit there and cook, and just generate science. And then eventually, once my science the tech tree is unlocked, I can use it to Kerbal administration. Okay. Once the tech tree is unlocked, I can also use the science for money. So turn science into money. I mean, which will be important, especially for the more complicated missions. That's really one of the big things is later missions. Require a lot of pilots or build dildo. I already did that. I already made a very phallic spaceship. All right, and then collect all. Oh, well, I was in EVA. I should reset this stuff. So, observe mystery goo. I like to do that. Restore. Collect data. Restore. Okay. I can technically squeeze a little bit more out of there, but I'm not gonna. That's right. So we did that. Release the brake. I think I actually have to, but the flagpole sounds. Or I leave. Well, you can leave then. The flagpole has its own. So that's astronaut complex. But if I actually touch the flagpole, it should count as its own science biome. So this is the boring part of doing career mode, but I need this science so I can unlock the tech tree so I can be better at the other. Yeah, there we go. All right. Crew report. Temperature scan. All right. I need an EVA report. And then collect the data. Restore. Restore. There we go. Collect data. Restore. And then collect all. Astronaut complex, same deal. Temperature. So this makes the collecting data way easier with this science. Science here and now, X science here and now. It really simplifies things because I don't have to select each experiment and do it again. EVA report and board. Come on. Oh, hit the camera button. Collect all, and I can get the R&D. Technically, I can get the spaceplane hangar. All of that stuff. How much science have I collected? Material study. Come on. Do the thing. All right. Collect. And then restore. All right. And that's R&D. All right, cool. So vehicle assembly building, administration building, or no, it's the, it's not the administration building, that is the, yeah, mission control. Wait, did I not get EVA report while I was over there? I thought I did. Go back over here. I'm just at the edge of the biome, so I can pick up the EVA report. That was weird. Okay. Collect all. I must have gotten the EVA report and it just didn't show it. Go back. How's my batteries doing? I'm almost out of electric charge, so may not get the whole thing here, but that's enough, and that'll be. Okay. Collect. 34 items of the EVA report. And then restore. The nice thing is once I run out of battery, I can still recover the vessel, so I'm so close, so it doesn't really matter. All right, and then collect. One more, and then B, and then should be able to get, should have enough battery power to go get with these last two, especially if I split the difference. There we go. Spaceplane hangar. Hit the brakes. Ooh, almost crashed. Collect. EVA. EVA report. Save it. Restore. And restore. And then we get the last. Come on. Brakes. All right. Yep, got enough battery to get that last little bit. And, I mean, that should be pretty good. Like, that should be enough to, I probably only got 100 science at most, but that's okay. Like, I don't actually need that much. I'm just collecting the low-hanging fruit, so to speak, on here. And then collect everything. And hopefully I will have unlocked enough or gotten enough science to unlock higher tech tree stuff. I guess I don't need to actually restore that. I can just board and recover the vessel. And if I recover enough science, then let's see. Oh, 160.8 science. That's a lot more than I expected. But that's one of the benefits of having a scientist along. All right, so let's see. R&D. I want advanced electrics is going to be important. I'll need the battery and, more importantly, the solar panels. Advanced rocketry. So yeah, I've got enough to get. I don't really care about aviation right now because I'm just going to skip any atmospheric research stuff because it's just kind of a pain. So yeah, that's actually enough to. It should be enough to get to Minimus. Yeah. I've got, yeah, basic survivability. Yeah, okay, that should be enough to make it de minimis, which is really what I want to do. Oof. Jeez. Cat hair everywhere. God, you just left a tuft. There's no cat left. It's all just cat hair in the air. Question is, do I have enough to upgrade my vehicle assembly building? Yeah, I do. Awesome. So those are the two things that I really had to have: was a better vehicle assembly building and a better launch pad. And I've done both of those things. Technically, I can carry more people on that reentry module. But, geez, man. I could put a command pod on top of it. And come in with those. It's probably a really dumb idea. But that would let me take 2 people to minimus. I'm going to clip this part down in here. Although, actually, in terms of bad ideas I've had, that's probably not the worst idea. Can I auto strut? Yes, okay, good. Auto strut's really important to keep my thing from falling apart. That looks dumb, but it will do the job. Especially coming back from interplanetary space. So, let's see. So I don't have... Alright, so what we need is a... this will be the lander. To do this here. There we go. I can decouple... Oh, do I not? I don't have fuel lines yet. That'll be useless. Alright, I can't do that then. I can just have extra fuel tanks. Do 4. For the sake of symmetry. That'll be the... Well, I can do an ascent stage. Let's see how much delta V I can get out of... Because I need like 800 meters per second, give or take, to... Yeah, that's not enough. Oh, no, that's Kerbin. Mun. Okay, that makes a good ascent stage. So let's... Coupling. This is going to be a nastily large craft, but lander, but you know, it'll do what it needs to do. So yeah, let's see. And a science junior unit. Well, let's see. If I want to go to Minimus and hop around, I could just... Yeah, what I should do instead is just make this one piece, and then do get the science junior unit up here. I don't need to bring that back all the way. Yeah, all right. So that would make... I actually want to look at the Minimus. I mean, that's plenty to hop around Minimus and get back to Kerbin, to land, take off, hop around, get back to Kerbin, do all that stuff. So that's actually really doable. Minimus also is very forgiving of landing, so it really doesn't take much. so we did that. Slide this. No. I want this. Slide this down. So it hits below the yeah, there we go. So it's below the Terrier engine, which is going to be our ascent and all that stuff. Let's see. So we'll have room for a pilot and a scientist, so I don't need to worry about communication stuff too much. We do want some batteries, though. Stack some batteries just for reaction control or for control. I don't think I have RCS yet. No, I just have inline reaction wheels. Probably not that necessary for this, I think. Now the reaction wheel on the main capsule should be enough to do that. So this will be the direct descent, this will be a direct descent mission from Minimus. And then, let's see here. So what is my limit? I have a limit on parts, but it's 225 and 140 tons. So that's not too bad. Let's put this bad boy up here. And then, so we need to switch it back over to Kerbal. Atmospheric. It's a lot terrible Delta V, to be honest. These batteries down here. And I'll make myself a little bit easier. Put nose cones on there. And also, I need some science stuff. Let's see. I always have two of these just because they actually have mass. They'll balance each other out. If you don't put two of them, then they can cause imbalance in the craft. So I want that. I want the science container or experiment storage unit. Put that up at the top. And I'll go ahead and put two more parachutes up there too. Just because I'm paranoid about landing. So let's see. We got that. That looks good. This is going to be the transfer stage, so we need this will use another Terrier engine. So the thrust to weight ratio isn't great, but it's okay. And that's enough. Yeah, that's enough to get to Minimus for an upper stage. So that's all we need there. I'm gonna go ahead and tack just one more short tank in here, though, just to be sure. That way we don't accidentally run out of fuel. I mean, it'll have enough fuel to get to Minimus, but I want to maximize as much fuel as I can for the actual landing stage. I'm auto strutting that. Let's see, coupling. TR12 decoupler. Auto strut, and then we're going to borrow that out of here. And that should probably be enough for the for that. Yeah, thrust to weight ratio actually not bad as it is. I mean, it's not enough to get off the ground, but let's see. So I want some delta wings. For this stage, and what I really need is I wonder if I can make a see, I don't have fuel lines again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use solid fuel boosters because I don't have fuel lines. I haven't unlocked that yet. Those would make liquid fuel boosters. Jeez, Liquid fuel boosters a more viable possibility, but I think we're gonna have to go with solid fuel. So a couple thumpers, and let's see. So get that and that there. Fuck with the staging here a little bit, and yeah. So that's 6,000 meters per second. Oh, yeah. That's ugh. All right. Let's see. Stage. Yeah, this stage does not have enough delta V to do what I need to do. So let's see. And it's also the thrust to weight ratio stinks. TWR is good on that one. If I use those, the delta V will still be bad. We're going to have to make another stage. So let's make that a 3. Oop. Make this a 3. Coupling at 12. No, get that back under here. All right, that's those fuel tanks. 4 tanks. Will it be acceptable? Yeah, the thrust to weight ratio is bad. Yeah, it's just not. I'm gonna have to make a smaller rocket. All right. I may not be able to make it to Minimus with what I have. These engines just aren't efficient enough. Well, I could make this 4. That would improve my delta V considerably. That should do it, actually. I think that will. The problem is the thrust to weight ratio stinks on this. Oh, wait. The thrust to weight ratio stinks on this. This next stage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I haven't landed on the Mun yet. I'm going for Minimus because it's not that much more delta V, and it's a. Although I may have to do. Some just Mun orbit. All right, come here, cat. Ow, damn. Yeah, actually that might be enough. This will be my Minimus. I think this. I mean, this will make it to the Mun. Given what I've got here, it should do it, but what I could do is I've got some contracts for Mun orbit. I need to I need to test a Rove Max and then do a flyby of the Mun. I have a. Yeah, it's harder to get the. You're right. It's harder to get the encounter. It's not that much more delta V though to get to Minimus than the Mun. It's harder to get the encounter. It's easier to land on. And it's easier to hop around on and get back from. I'm trying to unlock a tech tree, which means I will have a. Having that extra science will help. All right. Science cart. I'm gonna have to launch this again and just do the test, clear that contract. But I guess I'll just go ahead and do the contract for the Mun flyby, which means I can get a crew report, Science Junior. I have enough delta V to get to orbit of the Mun. So I could actually orbit the Mun and then come back. So I could do a flyby and orbit in one trip. Or well, I really don't need to do that to get the science. So yeah. So I just got to test this bad boy. I've achieved my goal. Put on the brakes. Come on, brake. All right. Minimus will be I think that's going to be my next goal. I'm going to go ahead and do the Mun flyby just because I have a contract for that. I'm actually probably that craft, a modified version of that craft will do the trick. Because it's got enough delta V to do it. I just don't need to have the I don't need to have nearly as much. I don't have to have nearly as much delta V for the that encounter. So let's see, because I just have to fly by, and if I do it right, I can put myself in a free return orbit. So I'm going to do the Minimus Express bad boy, but take all this off. What's the Mun Express? That'll give me, so that should do it. As is. It's probably actually excessive, to be honest, but I'm gonna actually I'm almost certain it's excessive, including the amount of delta V. Let's see. I'm gonna take off this. Take out an extra fuel tank here on this stage. Let's see. There we go. That gets it within a... That's, 3,000 atmospheric. That's enough to get... so that should be enough to... 2,500 in the first stage should be able to achieve orbit. I've got enough to circularize, and then, I got tons of delta V. I got extra, but it's all right. I'd rather have extra than not enough. Let's see. Min pressure 2,000. All right, let's check the staging here. Main engine, solid rocket boosters, separatrons, separator, and then the second stage, and then separator the third stage, and then I'm going to go ahead and stage this separately. That's the reentry module thing, and it's got that. Make sure that the auto strut is on everything, because I don't want this thing to wobble like crazy. Auto strut, auto strut, auto strut, auto strut. Yes. And then the couplers. This automatically. No. Okay. This one should be good. All right, that actually should be plenty to do the Mun flyby. Oh, I forgot to put a second. Let's see. So we went Jed there, and then we went the scientist Bob. There we go. Nice little fusion of NASA and Soviet technology. We got this little reentry pod. Okay. Now, quick save and get ready for launch. I can probably actually reduce the thrust on this quite a bit because I think my thrust away ratio is something ridiculous. Oh, one other thing that would be nice to have is the Kerbal Engineer readouts for the vessel, which I can't have without. Also, I didn't. Oh, I don't have the science on there. Did I lose those, or I forget to put them on there? That would have been a real pain in the ass. I'll go ahead and put a couple solar panels on here too. Might as well. Doesn't hurt anything to have those. And then go ahead and have the science. Need the barometer. And this. And then a flight computer. Alright, there we go. Got those guys. Isn't a battery storage on here to do what I need to do? Because I'm not going to actually transmit anything. I'm going to recover this data. But I will go ahead and we'll go ahead and put a communications aerial on here just for fun. Even though it doesn't really need it. I guess Jeb could go space crazy, and poor Bob would need instructions from the KSC. I suppose that's a thing that could happen. Alright. Now we'll relaunch. I should have my Kerbal Engineer readouts this time. So I can do things like check my thrust to weight ratio and all that good stuff. Alright. And then vessel. Cool. Alright, we're ready to go. And we'll stage. My thrust rate ratio is still ridiculously high with these solid rocket boosters. Beginner gravity turn. Gotta remember to throttle up before I stage those solid rocket boosters, otherwise they'll hit me, probably. They may anyway. I may have put them up a little too high. It's hard to get this thing to turn. What did I lose? Oh no. Oh boy. Yeah, I was afraid of that. As soon as I said it out loud, I'm like, man, I bet I didn't mount those properly. And then we'll put this back down here. There. Now they are much less likely to hit my rocket and take out my poor Delta wings. I actually haven't flown a low-tech rocket in a long time. I've been playing on like very like your, what do you call them, the sandboxes and stuff. So I forgot what it was like. May actually not do the most efficient gravity turn here just to keep the staging a little safer. There we go. Now we can complete the gravity turn. My cat's trying to help by hitting my hand while I'm flying a very delicate spaceship. Apoapsis is up to... Yeah, I want to get it at 80 kilometers. The thrust-to-weight ratio is still not great on this thing. Alright. That'll give me plenty of hang time. Oh, I should have put Valentina. She would have been way more useful. And I don't, of course, don't have patch conics. That'll be fun. You know what I should do is go ahead and wing it on the achieving orbit, because I know how to do that, and then go back and pay for upgrading the tracking station so I can have patch conics. Because that would be real useful. I can live without having automatic, prograde, retrograde control. I don't know that I can live without patch conics. I guess we should do a material study. All right. So we're going to cover quite a bit of science from this. That should hopefully be enough to unlock things like fuel lines, which will make onion or asparagus staged rockets way more plausible, and let me do liquid fuel boosters, which are much preferable to solid boosters, given the alternative. So how far am I? All right, so I'm looking for about 10 seconds to apoapsis. I'm guessing I'm going to start burning at prograde now. I just want to keep my time to apoapsis about 9 seconds, just for my own feelings of safety. Doing pretty good so far. It's hard to see. I imagine it's hard to see on the stream, but I'm keeping the time to apoapsis right about 9 seconds. Oop. A little too high. Not putting enough oomph going the other direction. Got to get about 2300. Oh, stage. Trying to circularize here. Thrust-to-weight ratio on this thing kind of sucks now. It's okay, but it's not. We've achieved orbit. Awesome. Let's see. All right, so we'll collect data. And then send our scientist on EVA to reset the Science Junior. There we go. And then board. And then quick save. And go back to the go back to the Space Center and upgrade that tracking station so I can do patch conics. Because that will be, I mean, I can do it without it. I can make a moonshot without it, but it's a real pain in the ass. Not being able to do maneuver nodes. Oh, I don't actually have to go into it. I need to upgrade it. How much money do I have? Oh, I don't have enough to upgrade the tracking station. All right. Well, we're going to have to do this by hand then. Well, that's fun. I should have thought about that before I did it. So we want to wait until the Mun just comes over the horizon. And then... oh, did I get another... another biome? can see Duna, actually. That's fun. Let's see. All right, so we're just going to keep pointing prograde. And then as soon as... Oh, I didn't get the EVA report in time. As soon as I see the MUN come up, we burn it right, or prograde, and that will that should put us on an encounter with it, and then I can tweak it a little bit. I've got tons of I've got enough delta V to make it to the MUN and screw around at the MUN, so I'm good. Just gotta watch the horizon here. Keep missing that EVA report. EVA. Bob, get that EVA report. Yay, you did it. All right. Collect. Gonna do this. Come on. All right, so we're just gonna warp. Not worried about those science things quite yet. MUN has to come up soon. Turn off time warp stopping. Oh, there's Kerbal. Where's the MUN? The MUN must be on the light side. Inclination can't be that far off. Oh yeah, okay, so I won't be seeing the MUN for a second here. We'll warp around. There. Alright, so I'm gonna flip this bad boy around. Probably waited a little too long, but we can adjust our course as needed and just burn prograde from the map. And hopefully we should watch our... I can't even set MUN as target without that. No, that's fun. But we should be able to at least watch our... find our encounter with the MUN. Just try and stay prograde. Physical time warp here. Inclination looks good. I don't think it'll actually tell me if I'm going to get an encounter with the MUN or not. Ooh, we're still burning. Which delta V do I have? Might have to do some mid-course correction too. It won't show the encounter. Okay, I wasn't sure if it would show the encounter without patch conics or not. You can do an EVA report though. Okay, there's no data to collect. No, I don't want to do that. I want Bob to do the EVA report because I'll lose SAS otherwise. All right. So I'll just turn on warp and hope for the best. I am now Durban's Desert. Okay, crew report. Temp. Mystery goo. EVA report. Get you. Reboard. I should have reset while I was out there. Restore. Can I restore you without? All right. All right. Cool. Board. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to actually. Look, I'm going to get my Mun encounter. Hi, James. After all. I might. I got to get it within the sphere of influence. I may not make it this one. I'm close. I'm going to be real close. Go ahead and extend my antenna because I have no ComNat. There we go. Not that I need ComNat, but did I accidentally miss my? Oh, I missed my Mun encounter. I warped right through it. Okay. Well, I didn't get the science I wanted. Also, I have to try not to. Oh boy, I accidentally got a dilly of a pickle here. I got myself way out of Kerbal orbit. Thankfully, I've got tons of Delta V. So yeah, I missed my science completely. I flied by the Mun. I didn't get the scientific data. Well, that's all right. Stop. I don't care. Might actually be able to get another Mun encounter if I just warp. This is really hard without maneuver nodes. Oh, I might actually get that Mun encounter after all. Let's see. Am I out of power? No, why are you not letting me control? Oh, I'm still in warp. Let's see. Adjust my. I'm not using maneuver nodes because I do not have patch conics because my I didn't have the money to upgrade my yeah, you know, the thing that you need to have patch conics, the tracking station. Yeah, I'm not going to get that Mun encounter after all. Might get on this. No, let's see. I'm just basically watching my orbit where it intersects with the Mun. See if there's a chance I'll get a Mun encounter anytime here in the near future. Nope. I think I actually encountered it again. Now, if I encountered it again, I would have had to change an orbit. I heard the Mun's sphere of influence. Haha! Okay. Crew report. Temperature scan. I got all of you. EVA report. Collect everything. See what effect that Mun encounter had on my orbit overall. Yeah, I dropped my periapsis some. Now I'm just hoping I have enough Delta V to get my periapsis down. So I can actually encounter Kerbin. I can aero brake. That I can do. I have enough ablator to air brake quite well, as a matter of fact. I should have enough Delta V to get it down. Oh. I'm going to let it... well, first thing I'm going to do is quick save. And then... Okay, I'm technically haven't gathered the scientific data yet because I have not recovered it or transmitted any of it. That's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and recover it. All right. Go ahead and point retrograde. And use my remaining fuel to reduce my apoapsis. And my periapsis. Hopefully I have enough ablator to survive this. We'll see. Oh, I should probably retract my antenna, though. Coming in the wrong direction. It's bad news. This is bad news. That's the main parachute, but I got the 2 secondary parachutes. Boy, am I glad I did that. You should be bottom heavy, but you're not. Why are you top heavy? All right. Well, that wasn't exactly the textbook re-entry, but we're going to be fine. I wish I could bleed off more speed, but I can't quite do it. Could stand to have a drogue shoot, to be honest, but I'll be within safe parachute. Ooh, yeah, one of those shoots is a little looking a little dicey, maybe. We'll see. I understand the top is creating drag, but it should be bottom heavy enough that it should actually be pointed down. But for some reason, it's top heavy, and I'm not sure why. Maybe should have put the parachutes lower. There we go. That's actually how it's supposed to come down. I can reduce the altitude on this, so I don't have to sit and watch it. Shoots deployed. They all opened. Fantastic. Awesome. All right, well, now we just got to wait for the damn thing to land. Clip through that. Realized I was going to clip him through like that, but oh well. Actually falling a little slower than I would hope, but you made it to the ground. We're going to recover this vessel and not screwing around with any... when you go that fast, the drag has more effect until you slow down. Yeah, I just expected it to... I guess it's there was not enough to do the... I'm confused also about how it models the... what would you call it? The aerodynamics. Because that teardrop shape should still go bottom first. That's why they did like the headlamp state. We have the thick bottom on the bottom. Science, 299 science earned. Probably could have gotten a little bit more if I'd done that a little bit better, but I got plenty of money. Guess what I'm doing first? Patch conics. Okay. I gotta upgrade that. Explore Kerbal. Rendezvous 2 vessels. I can do that. Any science data from space. Let's see. What's the cost to upgrade the mission control? Yeah, it's worth it. So we're going to have some more missions going. Explore Kerbal. Science data from space. Do I go ahead and do the plant flag on the Mun? Equatorial satellite. Build an unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. I can do that. 5 million kilometers. A polar. That's almost polar. I could technically do that. Oh well, just heads up if you want minimum as a mission control. Well, I don't know if it's good. Like I did just upgrade mission control, so we're all good there. I'm gonna go ahead and do some researching. Deployable solar panels would be nice. I don't need a ladder for the Mun. I really don't need a lander can for the Mun. Mark II command pod would be nice. Because then I could just do one electric charge. It does not have any RCS, but I can put RCS tanks on it. It comes with RCS. I don't need to worry too much about landing. I don't care about flight aerodynamics. Advanced construction is probably not necessary right away. Want the fuel systems though. Yeah, fuel systems would be good. Propulsion systems, I can live without that stuff. Heavy rocketry, I can live without that for the moment. Fuel systems would be good. I guess heavy rocketry would be good. That's 180 science. Advanced flight control for the reaction controls, yeah. And then, yeah, so I want advanced flight controls. I want heavy rocketry, fuel systems. I'm less concerned about propulsion. What's in the advanced construction? Structural tubes, service modules, engine plates, stack separators. Well, fairings would be nice. I don't care about aerodynamics, space exploration, miniaturization. Do I need a docking port yet? Not really. Because I can do a Minimus or Mun mission with just direct descent. Without it. But do I need it more than it'd be the fairing? Also be useful. I mean, it's 1.8. I mean, I already got that. That's what I really needed was the external fuel duct. I don't really need that. I don't really need docking. I don't need a habitation module. I don't need a ladder for where I'm going. Jetpacks will work. I don't need landing stuff. Yeah. I think advanced construction it is. All right. So now we can do a Minimus mission or a Mun landing. What was the... Was it Explore Kerbin, plant flag on the Mun? Yeah, so I'm just going to do that because I get money from it, and that's really important to me right now is having the cash. So let's see. I have my new Mark II command pod, which is perfect for a Mun mission because that will let me, and it will be great for Minimus too. But oh man, it is. I've been streaming for 2 hours. So actually, I think I'm gonna. How much time will it take? Yeah, it's gonna take too long to do a Mun mission. So we're finally getting into the level where I've got enough tech to actually do the really fun missions and actually go do places and get the Mun and Minimus and hit all that stuff. So I think I'm going to quit there. Thanks for watching, guys. I know I'm pronouncing Minimus wrong again, James. It is so ingrained in my damn brain as Minimus that I can't, even though I know it's right. And in my head, as soon as I say it, I'm like, that's wrong. But I can't seem to get my brain to not say Minimus instead of Minmus. I think I even typed it in wrong again when I was naming something. It just like, I don't know how long I've got over 1,000 hours in this game, and up until like a week and a half ago, I thought it was Minimus this entire time. So it's going to take a while for me to get it right. But yes, you're absolutely correct. I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. But anyway, I'm gonna quit for the evening because I can't realistically do anything else interesting as far as missions. So I'm gonna take it. Call it. I think I'm gonna keep doing this because I'm having so many mod problems doing the colonization thing until a couple of more of those mods get updated. I think I'm just gonna do career mode, which is fine. It requires a lot less pre-planning. I can just build them while I'm going. So I will thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys later. I'll probably be back on Monday with I'm gonna try and do Rust. I wanted to do it this last weekend, but I just completely lost my voice, so I couldn't do any streaming. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.